One last clip from Derek Carr. And look, it became obvious to us they were keeping Derek Carr when they made the trade for Davante Adams, his former Fresno State teammate. They've been plotting, at least recently, an effort to try to get together. Here is Derek Carr talking about being reunited with Davante Adams.
I told my brothers that after the first time we threw, they're like, how was it? And I was like, honestly, it was like riding a bike. Every ball is right here, and the guy is so freakishly talented. He makes me look better than I actually am. So, it's a blessing to be able to play with him, not only because of the player he is, but he's one of my best friends in the whole world. Like, we've tried to plot and scheme this thing for a long time, but at the end of the day, we both loved our situations. He had a great situation, I had a great situation, and but we always talked about it. One day we're going to make it happen, and the opportunity came, and we worked hard, to try and make that happen. And the fact that it's here, it's exciting. We've had success together, but that was at the college level, completely different. But we do have confidence that we can do it at this level too.
Now, again, folks, it's not tampering if he's acting on his own and not as some sort of an operative or emissary of the team. Hey, I want you to talk to Davante Adams about trying to get him here. Not that they would ever, number one, be able to prove it, or number two, even investigate it. The NFL is so haphazard when it comes to tampering. It's like once every 7 or 8 years, they snatch someone who obviously violated the rules, and they make an example out of them as if that makes it okay all the other times it happens. So it's not tampering for Carr and Adams to plot, as long as the Raiders aren't putting up to it. And again, we're never going to know if they did, and no one's ever going to care if they did. Yeah. Bottom line is they are together, and they're going to. And now look, the Davante Adams deal is another example of something that, as it's reported, it's a hell of a lot more significant than it is. It's a 2 or 3 year deal, and then they'll either tear it up and move on from him or give him a new contract at that point. It's just kind of the way it is. But, the Raiders are in great shape. The only problem, as I said jokingly, but it's the truth, they got to deal with the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. And getting out of that division, getting to the playoffs is not going to be easy because of who you have to play twice per year and who you are competing with to try to get in position for a wild card berth or a division title.
Yeah, it's a murderer's row. I mean, it really is. It's unreal. Both Wests and both conferences are phenomenal. And, yeah, the AFC West with the quarterback play just kind of puts it on another level there. That's where it's crazy. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Raiders, they got a lot of good qualities. And I know it's funny, like we talked about a few weeks, the team that went to the playoffs, and we look at them and go, well, I think they're the 4th most talented team in the division. It's be interesting to see what they do in year 1 under Josh McDaniels and the whole new regime change and just a different style of play. Going to be, cool to see how they react, and can they really hit the ground running when the season starts.
I mean, think about it. They got Josh McDaniels. They added Chandler Jones. They have Davante Adams. They kept most of their other key players in place. The arrow is pointing up. There's a reason to feel good about the Raiders right now.
I think so, too.
And, yeah, it's not going to be easy to compete with the Chargers and the Broncos and the Chiefs, but they've shown that they can. And we get that Patriot way infused into the Raiders. Now, hopefully the locker room will react to it better than they did in Detroit, for example. And maybe Josh McDaniels will have a different style than he had when he was in Denver in 2009. And, that's the problem with the Patriot way. If it doesn't work early, you're going to be run out of town because you're going to piss everybody off, because there is a certain robotic, objective, emotionless quality to it where you just go about your work every single day, and you don't ask questions, and you don't smile, and you don't enjoy yourself. You enjoy yourself on the night you get your Super Bowl ring, and that's it.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he's learned from that,
true.
though. He's learned from that. That was something that on my podcast at the Combine, he kind of delved into a little bit about just the fact of, being a little bit more open, talking to people, in a better way. Those are some of the issues I think he, self-analyzed self-scouted, and realized he's got to be better in that department second time around.
The problem, though, is when you are tied to Bill Belichick and he is your guiding light for everything you do, you don't realize how much he influences everything you say and do and how you view the world. So many of the guys that leave Belichick, I'm going to do it my own way. You have become Bill Belichick by osmosis. Matt Patricia, I'm going to do it my own way. He didn't. Brian Flores, I'm going to do it my own way. He didn't. They were both extensions of Belichick, and for different reasons. and possibly for reasons that weren't legal ultimately as it relates to the requirements of the civil justice system. Brian Flores out in Miami, Matt Patricia out in Detroit. You got to win in order to make that work. And we'll see if Josh McDaniels really has learned from that extra decade or so back with Bill Belichick after the failure in Denver.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.